Let's talk flow. Our first concept is no straight lines. So if we take a look at this, we have point A to point B. Obviously, the shortest way to get there is a straight line. But a straight line's not interesting. It's much better to have a curve or even a squiggle. But let's see how this looks in our exterior. So here you have the straight line. But if we curve that, or if we take it and turn it into a squiggle, you can see a lot more interest in your buildings just by taking away your straight lines on your exterior. But there's a second concept, and that is elevation. We can take those same squiggles and curves and just have a slight shift in elevation, which adds a lot of interest to our buildings. And we can even take this step further and combine our buildings into one structure, also having the elevation here by using our different shapes and curving the lines or squiggling the lines, as well as changing the elevation. Now, there are a couple cheats to help you with this. This is a small blob of land that I created. Now, you can actually use existing terrain to help inform what your elevation looks like and where your squiggle goes. As you can see here, I have created a slight squiggle and changed an elevation. But there's a second trick, and that is to use your flow of your interior here by going from point A to point B, your entrance and your exit. So I have allowed my squiggle from entrance to exit to inform where my rooms are, which kind of creates a natural squiggle in my rooms here, which you can see. And then here, I've done the same exact thing, except I've also added a change in elevation by taking my entrance here and putting my exit at a different elevation, and then adding in my squiggle, which brings a lot of interest to my building, but sort of using a cheat in order to get there. Here is a wild conglomeration of things that I have thrown together here. There's a lot of different shapes here. There's cylinders, there's rectangles, there's squares. I've added some squiggles in. Specifically, in this case, I have created from my point A to point B a curved line going through my interior. However, in this case, my point B is not actually this door here, because sometimes your point A, rather than going an exit, can go to a point of interest, which for me is always the library. So I want everything to go to this library, to go to the pedestal on top of the house. That is my goal. So I have taken that and I have actually created several different paths to the library. Here's one on the exterior going up to this ladder. I have then taken the inside and I've created that same flow to lead people into the staircase going up once again to this pedestal and the library. And I've created a secondary outer pathway going around the building up to this landscape and once again to the library. And that has kind of really allowed me to inform what the path of my buildings look like and, well, as you can see here, what the exterior of my building looks like. Really just directing everyone to these different areas to my point of interest. So I have my outdoor route, I have my indoor route, and I have my exterior route going up and around the building. So for your own buildings, this is what you want to consider, your two main concepts. You want to look at, number one, no straight lines. You want your curve, you want your squiggles. And second, you want to look at changes in elevation. You want to put your structures at different elevations to add interest to your build. And here are your cheats. You can, number one, use the existing terrain to help inform your elevation and your squiggles or your curves. Or you can use your interior by moving from a point A to a point B, which could be an entrance to an exit, or it could even be an entrance to a point of interest, like a library or a viewpoint or some item in your house that you want to highlight for people that are coming to visit. So you use these elements and that helps you to create the flow of your interior and exterior structures. I already see something I want to change, but join us for next time as we are going to talk about pallets, which you can kind of see here to the left, and I look forward to seeing you next time.